Okay, I just checked with Google, and according to Google, it is somewhere around 62 degrees, which 62 would be fine if you didn't have to go through the warming stage. It was quite chilly this morning, and show you, here's this line. I have no clue what it is. It had it had several orange colored blooms on it. They were probably big flowers about yay wide. And only one of the flowers turned into it was a zucchini colored squash like something. Okay, and so at one point it had it was green like a zucchini, and then the bottom portion of it started turning yellow, and the current state of it is this. Like I said, I have no idea what this is. Here's a close-up of the leaf. One of the leaves. Here's one. There's one. It's a vine. I have no idea what it is. There you can see it. Maybe let me. It's wrapped around that other plant, and it meanders all through. No, it's way over there. And I even noticed. Let me zoom back out. I even noticed back here that very same vine it's over here, and the way the vegetation is laid down, something has been there. But until I figure it out, I'm going to be curious as to what that is. When this thing here dies out, I will cut it and drop it into the water. Cut that one down, and I will eventually I'll probably clean this up at least enough for a path. Cut me a path through here. You know, connect this path to the river, connect it to this area. I'm pretty close as it is, because I cleared this down. Well, didn't clear it. Well, it's cleared. I mowed it down. I even come up on the hill. I'll probably go around this tree, and then these sprouts at the bottom, cut them down. That tree right there, that's a mulberry tree. It didn't do very good on mulberries this year. I might just go ahead and drop that tree too. And I'm seriously considering taking this thing out. Initially, we chose to leave it be because, of course we trimmed some lower branches off of it to shape it, and the birds seem to hang out in it. But lately, we haven't seen too many birds over here on this side of the house. It's very funny when you start watching the characteristics of birds. Like what we seen over here was there were some cardinals that would come around, hang out on this side, and then I don't know what kind they are. There's these little small birds that you see them everywhere. They would hang out over here, and we don't see hardly any of them anymore. I mean, the cardinals ain't been around in a while, and all them little birds, who knows what happened to them. But on the other side of the house, when you would see a robin, it'd be over there. And most generally, they were on the ground, searching around on the ground for worms, and I suppose, and they would never come over here. Never. They'd be out in the front yard. Some, mostly over on the other side of the house. Never over here. So, therefore, I'm considering just whacking that whole thing down. And along with this one, because at one time, on this, it had more branches like that one there that I was just talking about. And between the two, it was almost like an archway. And as I've said multiple times, I'm considering cutting them down, both of them, and probably some more over this undergrowth crap. Try to open this area. Try to open that up more. You know, just for a change in scenery. I mean, the ground right here used to go like it was even. You look down here, the soil was even across here, and you know, we've been here maybe 4 years or so. I think I got a squirrel up in the trees watching. He's like, what is he over here talking about? But yeah, this used to go out into the river more. The river has eroded the soil away. All this wood mess here has drifted down the river. That tree, not this tree, but that tree, drifted down the river and come to rest against that one. We'll see how things look in the spring, and in the spring I might go over there and start trimming that up, and let that tree go on and fall the rest of the way to the ground. Maybe the river will carry it away. And if you look real close right here, look in the water there. There is a 4x4 fragment laying there in the water that drifted down here upstream there, up around that curve. There was a suspension bridge there, where at one time there was a trail. You could go across the suspension bridge. There was a trail on the other side of the river. It went along, and then you'd come to a second bridge that'd bring you back across the river, and then the trail was on this side of the river, and it went up all the way up to Springwood Park. The city, all of this technically is the Parks Department. They don't take care of it. The city does not take care of it at all. Just let it go. Out of sight, out of mind. But the trail I was talking about, I'm going to be working on. I've gotten a portion of it down here. Probably pretty darn close to being back here where I want it. I'd like to bring my rider in here and just mow all this down. It's just the problem is with that drop off on that other side. I don't, it's one thing for me to step over there and look down the edge, but I can't help but wonder, how unstable it is. Suppose I could get the old weed eater out and trim that stuff down. I keep catching